Here is a mind-boggling fact. The richest 0.1% in the United States take in 196 times as much as the bottom 90%. The inequality in the distribution of wealth in the US and the world over has been rapidly increasing for the past few decades. If you're living from paycheck to paycheck, you know what we are talking about. While the majority of the population struggles to pay bills, buy groceries, and put anything away for retirement, the rich seem to be doing just fine. In fact, those who own capital and have the resources are getting even richer. The inflation just doesn't seem to be affecting them the same way as it is for everyone else. But how is this possible? Do they have some sort of a secret that the rest of us don't know about? The answer is no, there is no special secret. To really understand how the rich get richer during inflation, you need to understand how money works. The money you have in your hand is just a promise from the government that can be exchanged for goods and services. But what backs up this promise? In the past, it used to be gold. Nowadays, it is the government's ability to tax its citizens and print more money. This is why inflation happens. The government prints more money, but there is still the same amount of goods and services in the economy. So, each dollar is now worth less because there are more dollars chasing after the same number of goods. This is why rich people get richer during inflation, because they own capital. Capital refers to anything that can be used to produce more wealth, such as land, buildings, machines, or even money itself. So, when inflation goes up, the prices of goods and services go up as well. But since the rich own capital, their wealth increases at a faster rate than the prices. To put it simply, rich people get richer during inflation because they own the means of production. They have the capital to produce more wealth while everyone else's purchasing power decreases. So, what can you do to protect yourself from inflation? The best way to protect yourself is to invest in assets that will go up in value as inflation goes up. Some examples of these assets are real estate, precious metals, and collectibles. No matter the market conditions, these assets will always have value as they are always in demand. Another smart way rich people save themselves from inflation is by identifying upcoming trends and investing in them. The rich always have their finger on the pulse of the economy, and they know which way the wind is blowing. They invest in the latest trends and technologies to make sure their wealth grows at a faster pace than inflation. Just like when Bitcoin was booming, the rich were already investing in it and becoming even richer. When the rest of the world realized they could make money from it, it was too late, and the rich had already made a killing. But you might ask, how do the rich know what's going to be the next big thing? The answer is they have the resources and the connections to find out. They hire the best financial advisors, and they are always up to date with the latest trends. The rich also know that they need to take risks to get ahead. They are not afraid to invest in something new because they know it might pay off big time. And while doing that, they never let their emotions get in the way of their investment decisions. They don't just buy something because everybody else is buying it, and they don't sell something just because it's going down in value. They always have a solid plan, and they stick to it no matter what. Take the example of Elon Musk. He is a billionaire who owns multiple companies, including Tesla, The Boring Company, SolarCity, and SpaceX. Elon studied engineering, and in the early days of the internet, he started Zip2, a web software company that was later bought by Compaq for $307 million. In the early days of the internet, e-commerce was still in the infancy stage, and Elon identified a demand for a way to send and receive payments over the internet. He co-founded X.com, an online bank, which later merged with Confinity to form PayPal and was bought by eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion. The dot-com bubble had burst, resulting in a lot of people losing money. But Elon was able to use his vision and skills to identify opportunities and make a ton of money. When you talk about vision, the name Warren Buffett also comes to mind. He is one of the richest men in the world, and he has been investing since he was a teenager. When he was just 11 years old, he bought his first shares, and by the time he was 20, he had already made $53,000. In several interviews, Warren Buffett has revealed that he identifies a company that he thinks will do in the long run and buys its share. After buying, he doesn't bother much about the daily ups and downs of the stock market. In fact, he has said that when his stocks are going down in value, he buys more of them. He holds on to his investments for a long time, sometimes even decades, and eventually sells them when their value has increased manifold. If you play your cards correctly and do not panic, inflation and recession are your friends. While the rich get richer during inflation, the poor and the middle class suffer because they didn't plan ahead. They don't have a solid plan, and they let their emotions dictate their investment decisions. So, here are 7 steps you need to follow to become rich during inflation. Number 1, have a solid plan. You need to know your goals and have a clear plan on how to achieve them. Number 2, stay up to date with the latest trends. This will help you identify opportunities to invest in. Number 3, be willing to take risks. You need to be comfortable with investing in something new because it might pay off big time. Number 4, don't let your emotions get in the way of your investment decisions. Be rational and always think long term. Number 5, have a diversified portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Invest in different asset classes to hedge your risks. Number 6, stay disciplined. Don't deviate from your plan, no matter what. Number 7, review your plan regularly and make changes as required. If you follow these steps, you will be well on your way to becoming rich during inflation. That's it for today. Hit subscribe for more videos on money and finance. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching Ape House Crypto.